Hi there, Gitimookers. So up until now, in this chapter 1 of the course, we've talked about understanding gamification, we've talked about what gamification was, and we've talked a bit more about games with Isidro. Alright, but at this point, you might be wondering, is that everything that we are having? Well, actually, of course, not really. So we are going to analyze now the concept of game thinking. Alright, so at this point, you have to understand that game design and gamification are similar yet different. And that's mainly because of these three key factors. First of all, gamification is not only for fun. Game design is all about fun, it's all about pure entertainment, but with gamification there is always an objective behind that. Some kind of goal that we want to achieve. Then the second one is that the gameplay level is usually a bit lower on gamification than on game design. Gameplay, for you to understand it a bit more, is the way that users interact with the system. But not even the best game designers agree on that. But just for you to know that, it is the way that users interact with the system. And for example, in World of Warcraft, you're just attacking, defending, getting some rewards, mining, crafting. So those are actions. Some actions that in gamification we are not going to have, at least not at that movement level. So the gameplay is going to be a bit more reduced. And then the third one is that games are independent and gamification is dependent. That means that games can be there just by their own, just a normal game. But with gamification, you need to have something attached to that. We cannot do gamification on its own. Alright, so at this point we have two different theories. We can call everything gamification, or we can say that there is something called game thinking design. And for us, the best one is game thinking design. Game thinking design is a term coined by Andrzej Marczewski. He will be doing a video on this MOOC and you'll get to know him. He's a really good guy. So with game thinking, we are talking about 4 different concepts, which is game-inspired design, gamification, serious games, alternative reality games, and advert gaming, and games. So let's see a bit more about that. So this is the drawing, the picture that Andrzej did. And this is for you to see it a bit clearer, if you know. So we've got game-inspired design, we've got gamification, we've got serious games and simulations and alternative reality games and many other things, and we've got games. And over there you will see game thinking, game elements, gameplay, and just for fun. Okay, so let's analyze all these concepts. So first of all, we've got game-inspired design. Game-inspired design is just putting small tiny chunks of game elements into something, into another context. So for example, the piano stairs are a fantastic example of game-inspired design. I guess that you all know what the piano stairs are, but basically they turn Volkswagen from the fan theory, they turn this kind of metro stairs into this kind of piano. So people were just playing with that and they were doing more exercise just by climbing the stairs, just by going upstairs and taking the other ones, the mechanical ones. So that was game-inspired design. The Twitter whale that used to appear when it was overloaded was also a good example. Okay, so then we arrive to gamification. Gamification already has those kind of elements that Jane McGonigal is describing on her book Reality is Broken. Gamification usually is voluntary, it has goals, it has rules, and there is a feedback system. Those are the defining traits of a game, and with gamification we find that. For example, these are the Steam trading cards from Dota 2, and those ones you get them by playing Dota 2. So we'll talk a bit more about that later, but just for you to understand it now, gamification goes just immediately after than game-inspired design. And then the next step is serious games, alternative reality games, and advert gaming. These ones are different because they are full games. Gamification is not a game, always remember that. It has the elements of a game, but it's not a full game. Serious games, alternative reality games, advert gaming, and even social media games are full games. They are designed and built as a full game, but they have an objective behind. That is the defining trait of them. So for example, we've got here Super Better, which is a game for you to get over earlier when you are ill, to get over faster. Okay, so those were all the concepts, and the last part is games. But well, I guess that you already know what games are. See you soon!